Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. I have just gotten out of the shower. I'm about to write a school essay. Yes, I'm homeschooled. Yes, I still have to write essays. So I'm using Scrivener today to do it. I actually, on Wednesday, today is Friday, the 22nd, on Wednesday, I wrote an essay, for the first lesson, and now for the second lesson I'm writing another essay. And I've been playing around on Scrivener because I like it. I have 2 days left on my trial, so I'm gonna be making the most of it. I kind of got out of the habit of recording because I'm like that. So yeah, funny lighting situation is because my blinds are open, so I can see light in my room, and I don't have any other lights turned on, so we're just gonna chill with it. So basically, I'm just gonna, I guess, share the process of messing around on Scrivener and how I am organizing files for school. I'm not sure how it's gonna turn out. I'll probably, like I did with the fanfiction thing, I will probably export it and then print off the paper for my mom, because she said that she wanted me to print everything. I might move it to Google Docs to do formatting, just because that might be a little easier, because I don't know how to do formatting in Scrivener. But yeah, without further ado, I'm going to be showing you what I'm doing. So first of all, I have my video. I'm doing my history through Hillsdale College as their free courses, and I'm gonna scoot that over a little bit more. There we go. And then I have my questions, the 3 questions. I'm gonna just pick 1 or 2 of them to answer, more than likely, unless I can fit all 3 answers into a cohesive essay. I'll probably try to make it about 600-ish words, because that's what I had to do for my dual enrollment, and so I'm used to doing mini essays that are about 600 words in length, give or take. So I've got the video here. I'm gonna watch it again. I watched it yesterday, but just to help me refresh on all of these topics, I'm gonna watch this video and then for a few minutes brainstorm, and I'll show you what I've come up with.
They speak the same language, they have a similar religious and political heritage, and they became one people, one nation in carrying.
Okay, so I have spent about 20 minutes. I went through each question, and kind of in my notes section, I took notes according to the 3 questions, and I decided that questions 1 and the 3rd question, I thought both of those questions were kind of fitting to one essay. I think that the 2nd question would be hard to fit in, so I'm going to be attempting those 2. So really what I'm going to do for a few more minutes is just mock up an idea of like what order do I want to explain this in, basically. Like a rough outline. It's not going to be anything extensive, but I just kind of want to rough outline it real quick. Before I get started, I might take a teeny tiny break to fix me a cup of tea, because writing is always more fun whenever you have a cup of tea. There is some piano being played, so you'll be hearing some music as I record this. I am on my 5-minute break. I've been writing for about 20 minutes. Realized as I was writing that I do need to answer question 3, just even if to just get my word count up a little bit. Otherwise we will have a really small essay. I have boned some things where I'm not really sure if I was really using the right term there. I've kind of got to do a little bit of extra, maybe like light research, and just to make sure everything is accurate. I've got the Federalist 9 paper written by Hamilton pulled up. I'm going to be taking some quotes out of here and talking about it here. Again, like I said, mentioning the science of politics and how the changes in that affected the form of republic that they ended up landing on. So I am going to be doing some mild changes in my second word sprint. Just wanted to update you on where I'm at. I'm feeling pretty good about it. But this is why you do 2 drafts, because sometimes you realize halfway through it that you have to make some changes to your plans. And that means that the essay might end up a little bit clunky upon a first pass. So my plan is right now, it's Friday. My homeschool group meets every other Friday, and we're going to be meeting at about 12-ish. We like to get there a little bit early and help them set up, because we have our assembly at 12:30 and our first class is at 1. We stay there typically 4 to 4:30, depending on how much we have to help clean up. So I'm not going to get any more writing done after this morning. So I will finish this up tomorrow morning, probably. That is my plan. So I've got a couple of essays to rewrite, but rewrites shouldn't be as hard. I might even just read through everything, mark it up, mostly keep what I have. It's not for a dual enrollment course. I'm not as worried. Here to report that at 10:20 a.m. I have now finished the first draft. It is not 600 words, as you can see. I'm not going to worry about it too much. I figure as I rewrite this, it will probably end up being 600 words. I will probably take some more quotes from the Federalist 9 paper. I have a lot that I need to change. It's just right now I can tell that this draft feels very informal in the way that I'm writing it. And I've kind of like over time learned, like as I've taken courses about writing, you can kind of feel whenever it's not formal enough for an essay, and I'm going to definitely improve upon that on Saturday as I check over it. My plan for checking over it is I will probably make a new, like as you can see up here, I've got my draft 1 for that, and then I'm gonna title this one in a minute. I'm gonna probably come up with a different title for my essay. I don't know, I might leave it that way. But right now this is what it's looking like. It's okay. It's not something I would submit in for anything. I'm definitely going to go and rewrite it on Saturday, tomorrow. As it stands, I'm going to do some other things before I have to leave for my homeschool group, and I will be back tomorrow to show what I've been working on. It is now Saturday, so the goal is right now to read over what I wrote in that first draft of each and mark up the major changes I want to make, and then rewrite the whole thing. I'm a firm believer in rewriting things. I don't know that it's the best way to go about essays. I'm homeschooled, so you have to take everything I do with a grain of salt. Nobody taught me formally how to do this. I like rewriting projects that I want to do a good job at. And so I feel like the second pass always helps clean up some of the words I use. Because the first one is just word dump, and the second go is like intentionally what actually sounds worthy of being submitted as a project for school, you know? I just feel like a second draft is always helpful for that. I'm also a writer, so instinctively I like to write more, and so it's not like painful for me to go over something twice, where it might be for somebody who doesn't particularly like English as a subject. So that's what I'm doing today. Hopefully it doesn't take too long. It's 8:21. I need to get done with school that I have left, and I need to clean the house so I can watch the Wildlife Minecraft SMP series. So that's my motivation today, is that I want to watch my Minecraft YouTubers. So, yeah, we're gonna get done with this. It'll be quick. It'll be easy. It is now 9:10, so about an hour, little less, and I have finished the second draft, and I'm a lot happier with it.
This is, of course, for the first essay. I still have a second one. I got up to 650 words and was even able to exclude a paragraph that I thought was a little too irrelevant. So, rewrites do help the word count, even by a little bit. It makes me feel better just to have a little over 500 words. I just felt like 500 was a little too short. Maybe it's just the pre-existing notion in my mind after writing essays for a dual enrollment course that had to be 600 words, at least. I had a teacher complain one time whenever, took off a few points whenever I wrote something that was over double the word count of the minimum. I did not realize you had to stay within boundaries and got a little excited when I was writing. So ever since then, I've tried to keep my essays that are supposed to be 600 words in length around 600 words. So yes, I am happy with the length of this and the topic. I feel like it just feels better after a rewrite. Anyway, that said, I finished one essay and I have a second one to do, and then I will be done for today. And I'm like so happy to be almost done. That took me a while, but it was rather worth it. This second one I think is going to take quite a bit longer. But I could be wrong about that. I could be wrong. I feel like it's just going to be harder to get. Like, I had a solid intro paragraph, I felt like. A solid concept of an intro paragraph for the first one, and I'm not sure about the second one. I also don't really have a working title that I really like. So, we shall see. I'm going to read through all that I wrote for my essay from yesterday, and I'm going to note some changes I want to make, and then I'm just gonna write it, and we're gonna see how it goes. It is now 10:35 as I sip my tea and look upon my almost 650 words proudly. I have now finished the second essay, and it's taken a minute. As you can tell, I didn't start until about an hour later. I decided I wanted to eat something and I wanted to take a shower. And so I was like, you know what? I'm going to give myself a little mental break. And I feel like that was a good decision because it allowed me to be far more focused whenever I came back to it. This one feels a little more chaotic. Like, I just went into it, like, feeling a little less like I had a point to make. Now, I was given questions, of course, to base off my essay on, but it just felt very confused. Like, also, I left myself a note because as I was writing it, I realized I was changing tenses a lot. So that'll be something I will work through in my final edits before printing off this, but I will probably go ahead and export both of these files and probably insert them into Google Docs because that's what I'm most familiar with. And I'll do some formatting changes there as well as some editing changes, and then I will print off both of these and I will be done for today. Thank goodness I've been doing this for a while. But I actually, again, I love Scrivener. I'm sold. They really did I feel like it was a good marketing decision for them to give a 30-day free trial because once you try out something for 30 days, it really does give you a feel for how everything works. Of course, I'm not super proficient with the formatting and stuff, but I feel like I really do enjoy the organization systems behind it. I really do. It's so nice. And I feel like even as far as like brainstorming a project or whether it be writing related or whether it be something else, just the fact that you can have so many different like little smaller tabs, it's not all one
file, like all one document. It's like multiple documents in one. It's really nice. And I really do like that it's not like on my browser like a online Google Docs is. Also, my goodness, the fact that no internet. I had a few times where the internet stopped working randomly one morning, and another time where I went to my backyard because my dog was wanting to be outside and look at squirrels, and I wanted to write, and so I was like, I'll just take him outside. But guess what? I was too far away from my house that my computer didn't pick up the internet, and so I was on Scrivener because Google Docs is dumb and doesn't let you write offline anymore. So those are my obvious pros. And I'm starting to look past those cons of having to export because I did it this morning to post a fanfiction, and it really wasn't bad. It really wasn't. Like, as much of a big deal as I made it, like, the problem was I didn't know how to keep my formatting consistent, but, like, now that I figured it out, I think it won't be a problem. Like, I'll just have to get used to that habit of, like, we're exporting and we're putting it in somewhere. But I like that it's all there. Actually, my biggest negative is, I like to share files with people if I'm wanting somebody to read over something, like if I ever wanted somebody to read something before I posted it, or just wanted feedback, or if I just wanted to share a project and didn't want to like there's no way to send somebody, as far as I'm aware, if somebody doesn't have Scrivener, there probably isn't a way to share your Scrivener file. I don't even know if you can share a Scrivener file as like an online thing, whereas like Google Docs does support that, and Word also does. So you can have somebody else edit on your document and make notes and stuff, which I feel like is a con if Scrivener is unable to do that. I'm assuming it is. I could very well be wrong about this. And especially in a setting of a school setting, when you are working on a project, it is beneficial. But also, in getting Scrivener, it does not keep me from using another platform, what have you. So you can always use Scrivener and something. The fact that I don't have to pay monthly and it's a one-time fee, or like, not even a yearly thing, it's just one time. I feel good about that. I'm assuming if something happened, as long as I have like all of my downloads on backup, I can just like switch computers if I ever had my computer like die out on me. I'm assuming that would work just fine. But honestly, it's like comparatively, the next step up from Google Docs would be Word. And I think Word does work well if that's what you're wanting. I used an online form of Word whenever I was taking dual enrollment courses because I got it as a free addition to working for school, because I guess they want everything as a Word file. So I did use Word a little bit. But it was the online form, and there were a lot of like differences between the online form and then what would be your downloadable one that you're paying for as a personal. So I think that there's a lot of benefit to Scrivener, and now that I've used it so much, I don't think I'm gonna want to go back to Google Docs. So I may be buying me something tomorrow. I may be spending about $60, which, you know, you do what you gotta do. It's for the sake of writing, and if I'm writing all the time, then why wouldn't I, you know? And I think that's what I'm getting down to, is like, I'm able to use it for school. I've proved it with this, and honestly, it worked really well. I was able to have my notes on the side and keep it all localized. Now, I still will probably use a notebook in addition to that because I like writing down stuff by hand, but I do think that it does work. It can work for just about anything. Honestly, I don't see how, like, in this case, how Google Docs would serve me better to write an essay than Scrivener. Like, they work the same. And I can be offline for this. Long story short, I'm getting Scrivener. This has been my 30 days. I felt really good about it. Thank you for coming along with me. And I will see you on whatever writing project or song cover or whatever I do next. Goodbye.